Hi guys, Mons here. On this episode of Volume, Mons are going to be looking at the League of Ireland Game Week 14 preview, prediction, and of course my risky pick alert. If you're new on my channel, please make sure you subscribe button if you enjoy my content, and if you're already subscribed, I do appreciate all the support. So my risky pick alert record is 5-6, so 5 wins and 6 losses. But I'm going to make a quick change to this risky pick alert, especially in the League of Ireland. If a team ends up with a draw and I had them to pick as a risky pick alert, I'm going to reward myself as a win for that one because it's very, very tough. There's only 10 teams in this one, 5 games every week, so it's going to be very, very tough. So that's going to be the new change to the risky pick alert. Actually, I'm going to change that to 6-5 because Waterford actually got a draw against I think they got a draw just this week just gone. So I'm 6-5 now. So if you're new on my channel, what I do is I give a list of the fixtures, then I go through my rationale for it for my pick. So the first one is Dundalk versus Sligo Rovers. Risky pick alert. Sorry, the first one is Drogheda versus Sligo. Risky pick alert. My risky pick alert for this week is for Sligo to beat Drogheda. So we have Dundalk versus Shelburne. I'm going for Dundalk winning this one. Galway versus St. Pat's. I'm going for St. Pat's winning this one. Shamrock Rovers versus Waterford. I'm going for Shamrock Rovers winning this one. And then Bows versus Derry. I'm going for Bows winning this one. So risky pick alert. My risky pick alert for this week is for Sligo Rovers to beat a Drogheda. For me, Sligo Rovers have been absolutely fantastic in the last couple of weeks. They got 3 wins in a row. They're away, and they're not favourite coming into this game, and that's why I have them as my risky pick alert. Drogheda, however, had a fantastic win in last game against Shelburne. They were away, they were 2-0 down, and then they end up winning 4-3. So that was a fantastic game to watch as well. But I'm going for Sligo Rovers for this one as my risky pick alert for this week. And we have Dundalk versus Shells. Dundalk had a little bleep in midweek, the last game week. They lost 2-0 to Sligo. Like I said, Sligo have been fantastic last couple of weeks. They really keep taking it up a notch. However, Dundalk, I feel that's a little blip. I think they're going to win this weekend against Shells. Shells, I just fancy Dundalk in this one. And I think Dundalk has been a much better team this season than Shells, in my opinion. St. Pat's versus Galway versus St. Pat's. Going to be a tough task going up to Galway. As always is, whoever's playing a Galway when Galway are home. But I'm picking St. Pat's. St. Pat's has been one of the best teams in the league so far this year. Free scoring, free flowing football. Absolutely fantastic. Kenny has been playing fantastic football, and they had a 3-1 fantastic win against Bows in Dublin Derby just on Friday. It was absolutely brilliant. It was a good game. The Galway drew 1-1 versus Blues. However, Galway has been very, very inconsistent, especially in the last 5 games. You look at 2 losses, 2 wins, and 1 draw, so you don't know what you're going to get from Galway. It just depends on the day. But I'm going for St. Pat's winning this one. And then we have Shamrock Rovers versus Waterford. I'm going for Shamrock Rovers winning this one, unfortunately, for my Blues. I just don't see them getting a point or even anything from Shamrock Rovers. Shamrock Rovers had a little bleep midweek against Derry. They lost 1-0 away to Derry. Not an easy place to go because Derry picked it up in the last couple of weeks. But I'm expecting a big win for Shamrock Rovers and for my guy Stephen Bradley to keep being on top of the table. Then the last game is Bows versus Derry. This one I'm going for a Bows win. However, Derry are only 3 points behind Bows, which is absolutely astonishing, simply because how Bows started the season really, really well. They were top of the league for a while, undefeated for a while. However, they've had a mini slump here. I think Bows have lost 3 games in a row, and they haven't won in 7 games. So they had 4 draws, and then they've lost 3 games in a row. So Bows haven't won in 7 games, which is absolutely astonishing for the quality they have in that squad. And Derry picked it up a good bit. They've had 2 wins in a row, and that has been against 2 Shelburne. And they've also, so Derry have had 2 wins in a row. The 2 wins have come against Shelburne and against Shamrock Rovers. So 2 very good wins. Derry have picked it up a notch. And when I was looking at the table, I can't believe they're only 3 points behind Bows, especially how Bows started. Bows were absolutely flying at the start of the season. They were top of the league for a while, undefeated for a while. All of a sudden, Derry had a very, very, very poor start, but they're only 3 points. Like I said, this league is absolutely, it's fantastic because you put a run of maybe 2 or 3 games together, you're near the top. You're battling for European places. So that's pretty much it. Please leave a comment below if you have your prediction. And if you made it to the end of my video, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much. Peace out.